Sean Hannity and Geraldo Rivera are going to talk about Obama's record on race issues. Oh boy, buckle up.
Welcome back to Hannity's Show. As the president nears the end of his presidency, America seems to be more divided than ever. But during an interview with NBC News, the president said that he's very proud of the work that he's accomplished on issues related to race during his time in office. Really? Watch this.
I am very proud that my presidency can help to galvanize and mobilize America on behalf of issues of racial disparity and racial justice. But I do so hoping that my successor, who's not African American, if he or she is not, that they'll be just as concerned as I am.
Here with reaction, Milwaukee County Sheriff David Clark and Fox News senior correspondent Geraldo Rivera. Really? The constitutional attorney president that said, oh, if I had a son, he'd look like Trayvon, and rushed to judgment wrongly in that case, or in the Michael Brown case, or the Cambridge police acted stupidly, rushing to judgment, three-time loser, wrong, without having any facts. I would argue just the opposite of what he said is true.
And I surprisingly maybe agree with you. I think that the president has gotten involved in racial matters. First, hello to you and the sheriff. Has gotten involved in racial matters only when the African-American person is portrayed as the victim, whether it's Trayvon Martin or Michael Brown or any of the others. He jumps in and the classic NAACP, we are victims, woe is us, take care of this situation. To me, the president has failed most profoundly in the area of race relations. Why? Because the problem, yes, there is a terrible problem with police brutality, but it pales in comparison to the ghetto civil war that's going on. This black-on-black violence is not to be ignored. It's not to be minimized. And I have never seen the president get engaged when it was an African-American killing another African-American, or two gangs killing, and an 8-year-old is killed in the crossfire.
President Obama, in 2013, highlighted the death of 15-year-old Hadia Pendleton in the State of the Union address, only the biggest stage there is. Quote, Pendleton was killed after being mistaken for someone else during a fight between two rival gangs. Both Pendleton and the gang members were black. President Obama said this. Now, President Obama also has given speeches where he quite directly lectures black fathers. But, President Obama, he never talks about black-on-black violence, he never talks about black families, except he does it all the fucking time, and you dismiss it because you only hear what you want to hear. In fact, even when he gives comments on situations that have nothing to do with missing black fathers or black families or black-on-black violence, he brings it up. And he brings it up to cover his bases because he knows that the idiots on Fox News are going to attack him on this either way. And that's the point. They still attack him. Even when he gives them exactly what they want. They're like, why doesn't he give us what we want? Well, he does, and you're dismissing it. But most importantly, this idea, and it's so pervasive now, they're like, oh, you know, Democrats, Black Lives Matter, all these liberal activists, they don't care when it's black-on-black violence. Oh, is that so? Well, then why is it that it's liberal activists and it's Democrats and it's people from Black Lives Matter who are fighting for the solution to these problems, including black-on-black violence? When people talk about chipping away at the drug war and changing the drug war and decriminalizing or legalizing, taxing and regulating, what do you think the net result of that is? Drug gangs go bye-bye. And then when drug gangs go bye-bye, you don't have nearly as many drug shootings. You don't have nearly as many people killing each other, white people, black people. And yes, guys, black-on-black violence. That drops tremendously if you change the drug laws. Who are the people who are fighting for anti-poverty programs that give people equal opportunity, give them a shot to get out of the hood and to make something of their lives? It's only the Democrats pushing for those things. The Republicans try to block it every step of the way. So when you say, where are the Democrats talking about black-on-black violence? They're talking about it, and they're trying to fix it, and you motherfuckers are blocking it. And finally, who is it that's talking about gun reform? I can't hear you. I can't hear you over your wrongness. That's right. It's the liberals. It's the Democrats. It's the progressives. who are saying, perhaps we'd have a tremendous drop in mass shootings and homicides and all these other problems if we did gun reform. Not ban guns, not go crazy and act like the Second Amendment is irrelevant, but sane, moderate gun reform, background checks, limit high-capacity magazines, ban assault weapons and certain guns. If you do something like that, yes, there's going to be a decrease in all violence and gun murders, including black-on-black violence, and this is why they're pushing for it. But see, they're only happy if you come out there and only blame black people. And that's what this is really about. You think a guy like Kennedy really gives a fuck about black people? I mean, give me a break. No, what he wants Democrats to do, what he wants everybody to do, is say, don't look at the cops! Don't look at the cops! Even when the cops do something fucked up, it's irrelevant because they're the good guys by definition, because they're the white guys who are in the power structure, right? Don't look at them. The black people killing black people are the problem, thugs, gangsters, black culture. Blame yourselves, here's some bootstraps, pick yourself up by them. There's no systemic problems, there's no poverty issue here, there's no gun reform issue that we need to look into, there's no drug law issue, we don't need anti-poverty programs. Don't look at any of that stuff. Cops are the good guys, black guys are the bad guys, and more black people kill black people than cops killing black people, so why don't Black Lives Matter spend all day hating other black people? Because they actually care about solutions and trying to fix the problems, which is why they propose all these policy solutions to stop black-on-black violence. And yes, which is why even when it comes to cops, although sometimes the rhetoric is harsh, when you look at their actual proposals through Campaign Zero, you learn very quickly, they care about policy substance there as well. So yes, Sean, yes, Geraldo, when you talk about Black Lives Matter, when you talk about liberal activists, all they're doing is trying to get policy solutions to all these problems, including police violence against black people, and also, yes, black-on-black violence. Whether or not you want to acknowledge that is irrelevant, because that's the truth. Now, please, go back to fear-mongering and demagoguing and race-baiting as you accuse the Democrats of doing that.